This is IQ Stixx. It's part of a series of puzzles from Smart Games, and based on the other Smart Games puzzles that we've reviewed on this channel, we're in for another treat. So I got this one for 1,970 yen, which is around 13 US dollars at the time of recording. Most of the puzzles in this series are packing puzzles with pieces that have different shapes. But in this puzzle, we have very similar sticks that should be placed in a certain way to complete the challenges. Inside the box is the puzzle itself and some sheets of paper. I love how for most of these puzzles we find instructions in a lot of different languages. So while of course this doesn't cover all the possible languages in the world, this will definitely help a good number of solvers out there. And then we have the main rulebook, which has the English instructions. Feel free to pause the video to check out the detailed rules, but basically what we need to do is to lay the sticks vertically or horizontally on the board to meet the configuration given by some challenges that we'll check out in a bit. The sticks also have some numbers and letters on them that serve as extra clues for the solver. We'll see more of that in a bit, but let's take a look at the challenges in the book first. So we have 5 levels of challenges here: Starter, Junior, Expert, Master, and Wizard. And at the end of the book, we have all the solutions to the challenges. And now what you've been waiting for, the actual puzzle. So each stick has a set of numbers and letters that correspond to clues in the challenges so that you can determine how to orient the sticks. It also has these grooves that interlock with the other pieces. This is the main element of this puzzle, as the goal is to interlock all the sticks properly using these grooves so that they lay flat on the container. And speaking of the container, when it's empty, it looks like this. There's not much to say about the surface, but it's really cleanly made and it's built out of high-quality plastic, as is expected from this series of puzzles. The grooves in the container prevent the sticks from moving around, and the grooves for the horizontal slots are raised a bit just to give the right amount of elevation for the sticks. And here's a quick view of how the sticks are supposed to interlock. Now, like all of our other reviews, we test the puzzle by starting out with the easiest challenge first. So that's number 1 on the starter section. We'll set this up based on the given colors as well as their number and letter codes, and then we're left with these 2 pieces that are pretty easy to place with the rest of the puzzle. Next up, let's get a bit ambitious and go for challenge number 49, which just gives us 3 sticks as clues. Now, the first thing that stands out in this setup is that the top horizontal row requires a stick that has a pretty huge non-grooved section to meet those 3 preset grooves. So only the yellow and the red pieces can fit here. For the second horizontal row, we need something that can fit this pattern, which can only be the light blue or the orange sticks. Now, that last row is very specific too because it requires 3 grooves. The only stick that can fit that would be this teal one. The row above it can only fit the red stick. So we can be sure that the yellow one should be the one for the very top. Hi, so this is future me interrupting this solve. I noticed during editing that the light blue piece could have actually worked instead of the red one, but spoiler alert, it turns out the red one was the correct one for that slot, so I guess I got lucky, but if I didn't, I'm sure I would have had to figure out the solution some other way. From there, the purple one is the only possible stick for this slot, and then at this point, I have to work on the vertical sticks too, and the rest of the puzzle is pretty easy to solve just based on the process of elimination. That was pretty fun, and I would love to solve the rest of the puzzle, so let me know if you'd like to see all of the solutions in another video. But if you'd like to see another puzzle review instead, check out the video on your screen right now.